The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to end mask mandates on public transportation for fully COVID-vaccinated Americans. It would end the mandate on airplanes, buses, trains, and transportation centers. Joining us again to continue our conversation, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, I assume you're in with this.
Yes.
You're on board.
There's a group of us that sent the letter. We think the CDC should step up and say, okay, we need to end these mask mandates.
Why are Democrats not with this too?
It's so interesting to me. You know, it is if they want to keep people in lockdown so that they have more control. And it's so unfortunate. And we know the adverse impact of wearing masks. We've seen it in children who have lost a year of schooling, little kids that are losing the ability to speak, the problems that it brings, the skin issues for teenagers that it is bringing, breathing the stale air, wearing the dirty mask. It is time to move on from this, and especially when it comes to public transportation. Get rid of the mask mandate. People now are being vaccinated. Right. And thank goodness we had Operation Warp Speed, and President Trump got busy with all these pharmaceutical companies and said, do your job, get a vaccine. And they did. And it's time to drop the mask.
Yeah, something else that the former administration did, along with Operation Warp Speed, was immediately look towards China and the Wuhan lab. And
yes.
I know that one of the things that you're pushing for is to fire Dr. Fauci because of the mismanagement, including the funding that he lied about that was going to this lab.
You are exactly right. The fact that Dr. Fauci would be saying one thing to his colleagues, expressing concern about gain-of-function research, expressing concern about a lab leak, and then not telling the American people, not telling members of Congress, not telling the administration that he had these concerns. He is a federal employee. He is paid with taxpayer dollars. He should be removed from his post, and he should come testify to Congress so we know what happened. You know, this is taxpayer money that NIAID, his agency, was sending to EcoHealth, and this is money that was going to a lab managed by the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
We've got like 45 seconds. Will he be called to testify? Will it require a subpoena? And do you think he does testify, and when?
I do believe he will be called to testify by more than one committee. If a subpoena is required, a subpoena will be issued because people want to know what happened. 600,000 people have lost their lives. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands impacted with illness, loss of livelihood. And the American people never want to go through this again.
When do you think this happens? Next month?
I think you'll see it happen this year.
Get Peter Daszak from EcoHealth Alliance, too.
Yes.
Also connected to the funding.
Right, EcoHealth Alliance.
The transfer. Right.
Senator, pleasure to have you. And it's great to see you in person instead of remote. It's great to see you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming in. Coming up, we have another hour.